going on today.
Like what?
So, we just had a conversation.
What did he say?
He's thinking about it. I think he's kind of leaning towards doing it. With everything, there are pros and cons. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
He can say, I'm hungry, until he can say, I need to use the bathroom. It's going to be a lot in your life. But as soon as he started walking, I said, enjoy. Because as soon as he get to walking and talking, he with the
I understand, how is it that you just sleep through when he starts crying?
Do y'all really be up at night? I heard about it.
You know what? It's absolutely ridiculous that you'll still be dead asleep and he'll be mad loud. That's ridiculous.
You know? It's a gift, I guess.
Why is that a gift?
I'm blessed with that.
No.
I'm going to take you back to this conversation we had. Before you kicked me under the table, I said, baby, I give you the world. I just ain't changing no diaper.
Oh my God.
What are some of the challenges of filming with a baby?
What were some of the challenges of filming with a baby? I'm not going to even front like, we have a great nanny. And I mean, whenever I can pry him away from you, it's been pretty much a breeze for me.
I'd say.
Yeah. I probably changed 2 diapers.
I was just going to say probably about 2, maybe 3, maybe.
A couple of PPs, about 1 booby. I think I'm at my limit.
Yeah. Did good.
Didn't get throwing this time.
I did.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Okay. Back and forth periodically. 3 weeks here, 2 weeks back, 2 months.
I'm split about his tour. My first response is I'm super happy for him for putting it together. The wife and mommy side of me is like, the wife side of me and mommy side of me is a little sad. You know, daddy's going to be gone for a long time.
The internet just exploded. And this time, it's not because of Ashanti's glow up or a new single drop. No, her marriage to Nelly is in full crisis mode after his ex, Chantel Jackson, came through with a flamethrower disguised as cold, hard receipts, screenshots, timestamps, hotel bookings, location tags that match Nelly's tour stops. Chantel didn't just spill tea, she mapped out a whole affair. And while the world thought Ashanti and Nelly were living their happily ever after in secret wedded bliss, it turns out they might not even make it to the 2-year mark. Now fans are asking, was Nelly ever serious about this family? Or was it all just for the cameras? They say pictures don't lie, but when those pictures come with timestamps, flight records, and secret location tags, they do more than tell the truth. They expose it. And that's exactly what just hit the internet like a nuclear bomb. Screenshots, DMs, videos, all allegedly from Chantel Jackson, Nelly's ex-fiancée turned whistleblower, and they all seem to point to one thing. Nelly was cheating on Ashanti while she was pregnant and possibly even after she gave birth to their baby. Let that sink in, because just weeks ago, the world was celebrating this fairy tale comeback love story. Nelly and Ashanti, the early 2000s couple that had fans swooning, had finally found their way back to each other after a decade apart. People were calling it Black Love Goals, reposting videos of them dancing at concerts, holding hands on red carpets, and most recently, celebrating the birth of their baby girl. There was even speculation they'd tied the knot in secret. Fans spotted matching bands, and Ashanti was moving like a woman who had it all. The ring, the baby, the man, the legacy. But now, that picture-perfect dream is unraveling in real time. And at the center of it is a storm that no one saw coming. Or rather, a woman we all thought was long gone. Chantel Jackson. The same Chantel who was engaged to Nelly for 7 years. The same Chantel who allegedly walked away without closure. And according to her, the same Chantel who has been sitting on receipts this entire time, just waiting for the right moment to drop them. And this was it. Because Chantel didn't just go to the blogs. She came with evidence. Leaked texts, allegedly from Nelly's phone, show flirtatious messages sent to women after he reunited with Ashanti. Some are dated while Ashanti was visibly pregnant. Others are more recent, down to just a few months ago. But that's not even the worst part. One particular screenshot shows what appears to be a conversation between Nelly and a woman who references the baby mama not knowing about us. And when internet detectives cross-reference the timeline, it lines up with the same period Ashanti was hiding her pregnancy from the public, reportedly to protect her peace. Peace that now looks like it was being quietly dismantled behind her back. And then came the bombshell that really blew the lid off, a private jet itinerary from a luxury charter service, in Chantel's name, paid for by Nelly's LLC, allegedly used to fly an Instagram model to the same city he was performing in just 2 days before Ashanti gave birth. Fans were shook. Was Nelly living a double life? Was Ashanti in the hospital preparing to give life to their child while her man was entertaining someone else in another state? The betrayal was stunning, and the internet, especially Black Twitter, erupted because, let's be clear, Ashanti had been moving with grace, beauty, and silence. She gave up the soft life to start a family. She returned to a man who once broke her heart, thinking it was finally their time. And now, as the smoke clears, fans are wondering, was this a setup all along? Because if what Chantel is saying is true, that Nelly never stopped being a serial cheater, that he was allegedly juggling women even during Ashanti's pregnancy, and that she warned Ashanti years ago about his patterns, then this isn't just a cheating scandal. This is a full-on collapse of a brand, a love story, and possibly a marriage that never even had a chance to breathe before it broke. And here's where it gets even messy, eh? Chantel is hinting that there's more. That what's been leaked is just the beginning. She's even teased a full sit-down interview where she'll connect the dots. Word on the street is that she's been in talks with multiple platforms, including some of the biggest black gossip blogs on the internet, and they're all fighting to host the exclusive. And in the meantime, Ashanti? She's gone radio silent. No birthday posts. No baby updates. No Nelly in sight. The once loud, joyful public displays of affection are gone. The diamond ring? Missing in recent paparazzi shots. And insiders close to the couple are starting to whisper that Ashanti's team is in full crisis mode, trying to get ahead of the narrative before it completely derails her brand, especially with a comeback album allegedly in the works. So now, fans are asking the million-dollar question. Was this iconic love story just a well-timed PR revival? Or was Ashanti truly blindsided by a man she thought had changed? Because while we were all cheering for black love, it looks like black betrayal was lurking in the background the whole time. If you thought Chantel Jackson was bluffing, think again. Because this wasn't just bitter ex energy. This was a strategic drop, a calculated evidence-packed expose. And Chantel didn't just make accusations. She came with timestamps, names, locations, and literal flight logs. This wasn't a woman speculating. This was a woman unloading receipts. Let's break it down. It started with screenshots, dozens of them, text messages allegedly between Nelly and multiple women, some say from his old phone, others from third parties who came forward after Chantel posted cryptic hints on her Instagram story. One of the most damning threads? A conversation dated late January, just weeks after Ashanti reportedly gave birth. In it, Nelly appears to flirt with a woman he allegedly met backstage at a club appearance in Atlanta. He compliments her outfit, talks about missing the vibe, and most disturbingly, asks her when she's free to fly out again. And that's when Chantel dropped the receipts that had people gasping, because she didn't just post the texts. She posted a flight confirmation, a one-way private jet itinerary, departing from Atlanta and landing in Las Vegas, dated exactly 2 days before Nelly performed at a Super Bowl pre-party in Vegas, an event where Ashanti was notably absent, despite having appeared alongside him at other recent shows. The woman on the passenger manifest? Not Ashanti, not an assistant, not a publicist, just one name, redacted except for the first initial, K. And when fans cross-checked Nelly's performance schedule and social media posts, the dates lined up perfectly, but doesn't end there. Another woman, this time an alleged Miami influencer, posted and deleted a boomerang months ago, showing herself in a hotel room with what appeared to be Nelly's signature diamond-studded watch visible on the nightstand. That video resurfaced, and Chantel reposted it with a side-by-side shot of Nelly wearing the same watch days earlier, with the caption, "Patterns. You just gotta know what to look for." And she wasn't lying, because the pattern was clear. Every time Nelly had a solo tour stop or a private gig out of state, a mystery woman popped up, sometimes the same one, sometimes a new one. And each time, Chantel had receipts, Uber logs, hotel check-ins, even selfies from women who thought they were being cute, not realizing the man taking the pictures was already committed and raising a newborn with Ashanti. And that's where the real heartbreak sets in. Because the timing of all this, it's dark. According to multiple reports, Ashanti gave birth quietly and stayed off the grid for several weeks while recovering. No press, no appearances, no Instagram posts, just healing and bonding with her baby. Meanwhile, Nelly was flying city to city, performing solo, and, according to these receipts, arranging backdoor meetups with other women. One of the most chilling revelations? A hotel reservation made under an alias Nelly has allegedly used for years, Cornell H., booked at the Pendry Hotel in Chicago, where he had a concert in mid-February. Chantel posted the receipt along with a photo from a fan who claimed to have seen him leaving the hotel with a woman the next morning. That woman has not been identified, but sources believe it was the same K from the earlier flight confirmation. All while Ashanti was home with a newborn. And the kicker? Chantel says this wasn't new. According to her, this was Nelly's pattern even during their engagement. She claimed she was silenced for years, encouraged to play the role and not embarrass him publicly. But watching Ashanti, a woman she once publicly praised, go through the same humiliation, that, she said, was her breaking point. In a now-deleted story, Chantel posted, "It's not about being bitter. It's about being honest. I was silent for years. But watching another woman, especially one with a baby, go through this? Nah, enough is enough." And now the internet is split. Some fans are in disbelief, struggling to reconcile the man who smiled beside Ashanti on stage, kissing her belly and whispering sweet nothings, with a man coordinating alleged side-chick travel on private jets. Others say this is exactly why Chantel had to speak up, because the image we're sold isn't always the truth. What's clear is this. This wasn't a drunken one-night slip-up. This wasn't a misunderstanding or bad optics. This looks like a pattern of calculated, ongoing betrayal, while Ashanti was postpartum, vulnerable, and trusting a man who promised her forever. And if Chantel's receipts are just the tip of the iceberg, then the real story, the whole truth, might be even uglier than we imagined. Here's the thing. For fans paying close attention, the cracks are already there. Long before Chantel dropped those receipts, long before the cheating allegations lit up the internet, there were moments, subtle, dismissive, uncomfortable moments, that hinted something just wasn't right behind the Nelly and Ashanti fairy tale. Let's rewind to their reality show. At first, it was marketed as this cute, behind-the-scenes peek at two artists navigating love, music, and new parenthood. But when you really watch it, especially in hindsight, the red flags practically wave themselves. Fans immediately picked up on Nelly's tone whenever Ashanti expressed a feeling, a concern, or even tried to have a serious conversation. There's a now viral clip where Ashanti opens up about feeling overwhelmed, emotionally, physically, even career-wise, and Nelly flat out interrupts her to joke about how dramatic women get after babies. No empathy, no support, just a smirk and a deflection. Another episode showed the couple in their kitchen, discussing Nelly's upcoming performance at a major event. Ashanti looked visibly uncomfortable, saying she didn't want him to participate because of the political affiliations tied to the performance. That performance? A private party connected to the presidential inauguration, and not the one fans were thrilled about. She calmly voiced her concern, explaining that aligning with certain figures could reflect poorly on both of them. And what did Nelly do? He laughed, shrugged, and told her, "It's a bag, baby. You overthinking it." The audience felt it. That wasn't lighthearted teasing. That was a man brushing off his partner's values, dismissing her entire worldview for a paycheck. And sadly, that wasn't the only time Nelly showed that kind of disregard. Because if fans thought the relationship was shaky during the pregnancy, things only got worse after the baby arrived. In one particularly jaw-dropping clip from the reality show, Nelly is asked about fatherhood. His response? I'm not really needed till the baby can walk and talk. That's when I come in. I'm the fun parent. Right now, she got it. Let that sink in. Not we got it. Not I'm learning. Just a smug declaration that his contribution to his own child's early life was optional. And it wasn't just a flippant moment. He doubled down during a joint interview, where he smiled proudly and said, Ashanti's a natural. I'm a good sleeper. That's my role. Sleep through the night. The audience didn't laugh. In fact, the backlash online was immediate and furious. Thousands of fans flooded social media calling him out for reinforcing toxic masculinity, glorifying absentee fatherhood, and expecting praise for the bare minimum. Some even called it 1980s baby daddy energy. All bravado, no participation. And then came the now infamous diaper conversation. In another scene, Nelly brags that he's only changed maybe 2 diapers, smirking like it was an accomplishment. Meanwhile, Ashanti, exhausted, makeup barely clinging to her face, hair tied up in a messy bun, quietly nods beside him. You can feel the tension in that moment. Not because she blew up, but because she didn't. She just smiled, tightly, and said, It's a lot, but I'm handling it. Her voice cracked when she said the word handling, and fans noticed. What started as a feel-good couple series quickly turned into an unintentional expose on emotional imbalance. Episode after episode, Ashanti is shown carrying the weight, from scheduling and feeding to household decisions to managing her comeback in music while adjusting to motherhood. Meanwhile, Nelly is cracking jokes, posing for social media, and positioning himself as the lovable rogue who's trying his best. And then came that interview, the one fans are still dissecting. It was meant to be a PR moment, a sit-down with a daytime talk show where the couple discussed their new life as parents. But instead of reassuring the public, the segment only poured gasoline on the fire. Nelly dominated the conversation, turning every question into a punchline. When asked how fatherhood had changed him, he quipped, It made me appreciate Ashanti's patience. 'Cause she's doing it all while I keep being me. Ashanti tried to laugh it off, but her eyes said everything. She sat there, stiff posture, smile frozen in place, blinking a little too much. Fans immediately clocked her body language, and a hashtag, Free Ashanti hashtags, started popping up that night. The truth is, the show didn't prove that Nelly and Ashanti were a thriving power couple. It proved that Ashanti was enduring, not enjoying. Just when things seemed like they couldn't get any worse, Chantel Jackson, yes, the Chantel, Nelly's longtime ex, came back swinging. After dropping the initial bombshell receipts that shattered the internet, the hotel confirmations, the location-aligned texts, and a damning timeline that pointed directly at Nelly cheating while Ashanti was home recovering with their newborn, Chantel didn't back down. She doubled down. In a bold move that set social media ablaze, Chantel resurfaced with even more explosive claims. She said, and I quote, Y'all think this was a one-time slip? This man has been cheating. The entire tour. Different city, same story. Groupies after every single show. And she didn't stop there. She followed up with alleged DMs from dancers, makeup artists, and even a tour assistant who all confirmed the same thing. Nelly wasn't just touring. He was living like a man with no wedding ring and no baby waiting for him at home. According to one anonymous crew member, Nelly had a favorite in every city and often made sure his dressing room was cleared out early for privacy. The stories vary, but the pattern is clear. Drinks flowing, after parties arranged before the show even ended, and a small inner circle of enablers who helped keep it quiet. Because here's the context people forget. Tour life isn't glamorous, it's lawless. You're moving from city to city every night. Thousands of screaming fans, no accountability, just a revolving door of hotel rooms, club appearances, and after-hours chaos. Add in some liquor, some fame, and a man already rumored to be emotionally checked out? It's the perfect storm. Chantel claims this wasn't just bad judgment. It was a lifestyle choice. And the most disturbing part? She says it didn't slow down after Ashanti gave birth. If anything, it ramped up. The internet has spoken. and the consensus is deafening. People are convinced that this marriage, if it ever legally existed, is now on life support. Fans who once celebrated the Nelly Ashanti reunion as a love wins moment are now shaking their heads, saying this isn't a love story. It's a survival story. And the person doing all the surviving is Ashanti. Every clip, every resurfaced moment from their reality show is being rewatched with new eyes. That time Nelly called himself a supportive king, while Ashanti wrangled the baby alone. Now it feels delusional. That awkward moment he joked about needing space 2 weeks after the birth. Fans are calling it emotionally abusive. And then there's the silence. Ashanti hasn't made a single public statement. No tweets, no IG stories, no shady reposts. But that silence is loud. It's intentional. Because people know when a woman stops explaining, she's already gone. Speculation is mounting that Ashanti is preparing to walk away. Quietly, strategically, and with dignity. Some insiders are even saying her team has started separation procedures, though whether that means a divorce filing or a press rollout is still unclear. But here's the real question on everyone's mind. Was Nelly ever really there? Emotionally? Physically? Spiritually? Or did he just want the image, the loving couple, the new baby, the second chance fairy tale, without doing any of the work? Because what's coming into focus now is a brutal reality. Nelly may have wanted the perks of a picture-perfect life without the responsibility of maintaining one. He wanted the wife, but not the weight. The baby, but not the 3 a.m. feedings. The attention, but not the accountability. And now, he may lose everything. Because if Ashanti walks, and all signs point to that being imminent, it won't just be the end of a relationship. It'll be the end of the illusion. And maybe, just maybe, the beginning of Ashanti's next and much better chapter